Yes, sir. The book is now in stores, ladies and gentlemen. Or should I say, the book is now online. You can get the Kindle version or the paperback. The links will be in the description. All right. And yeah, real quick, man, real quick. Let me share a little something with you about when I was doing the research on this. I didn't know that I know a lot now after doing the research, but I didn't know before then that there were scientists that were emailing Fauci, and they were back and forth with emails, and they was feeling a little bit suspicious about the virus and what was going on with it, and they tried to try to check Fauci on it. Later on, them same scientists, decided to go along with Fauci's narrative. I wonder if they got paid or something else. If you want to know more about it, man, get this book, all right? Get the book. It is out now. The links will be in the description, all right? So yeah, BlackRock is back on the block once again. Now I did a broadcast about BlackRock and how you can learn the moves of BlackRock and maybe apply it to your life and um, accumulate wealth or expand your finances. So you might want to go back to that episode and check that out. But they back again, man. And this one is kind of deep. It's really kind of deep. All right. This involves some type of positioning. All right. Jockeying for a position. And it's real serious because it's involving global, let me see, what can I say? Strategy, um, to be able to put yourself in position. Like individually, you want to put yourself in the best positions in life so you can live a great life. But here, BlackRock is teamed up possibly with somebody. We'll probably talk about that here in a little bit. And yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. It's some real serious stuff, man. Stuff that kind of goes on behind the scenes. A lot of times, like I say, people get in their feelings when it comes to Trump, or it could have been any president, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, man, because they always distracting you with everything else. But there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and so we're gonna get into this. You definitely want to check this out, man. All right, you're rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast. Let's get it. You're rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast. Yeah, man, BlackRock is back on the block. And like I said, you definitely want to check out that episode that I did about BlackRock. And there was some, I guess, in a way, some kind of whistleblowers showing you how BlackRock really gets down. And you definitely want to, I'm going to go back to it myself. You definitely want to go back and check out that episode. It'll have the picture like you see here. It'll say BlackRock on the screen. So that's how you'll know. I forget what the podcast number was, but it'll have BlackRock on the screen like you guys see right there. And need to go back to that, study that, and see what you can take from that and put into your own life so you can move like BlackRock. All right. You definitely want to check that out. But for now, you want to definitely check this out because we're going to get into this right here. All right. So yeah, let's check this out, man. We're going to get into it. And yeah. So BlackRock strikes $23 billion deal to place Panama Canal ports under American control. All right. Now, for maybe the average person, the everyday person, it may not mean much to you. And I can see why, because it seems like it's really a play for those in quote unquote power, or those who are in the money. And also I would say it's not just that, but it also can put America in a certain position, and it could possibly have some benefits to every average everyday American, possibly. All right. So we're gonna get in and check out this article and get more details, and then we'll see what's really going on and what the benefits are. All right. So yeah, let's take a look at this real quick here. All right. So yeah, again, BlackRock strikes a $23 billion deal. And the next episode, the next broadcast is going to be kind of like a part two of this. And you definitely don't want to miss this either, because it's deep as well. All right. It's really deep. This one is deep, and the next one I'm gonna be doing is gonna be deep as well. That'll be podcast 196. All right. So yeah. So the Hong Kong based conglomerate that operates ports near the Panama Canal has agreed to sell shares of its units that operate the ports to a consortium, including BlackRock Inc. Right after President Trump alleged Chinese interference with the operations of the critical shipping lane. All right, so that should kind of set up the stage and tell you what's going down when you actually hear me read that. So I'm gonna read it again. The Hong Kong based conglomerate that operates ports near the Panama Canal has agreed to sell shares of its units that operate the ports to a consortium, including BlackRock Inc., after President Trump alleged Chinese interference with the operations of the critical shipping lane. Okay. So this is a Hong Kong based operation. Okay. You got to think about this for a minute. Hong Kong based operation. They have ports near the canal, right? They have ports near the canal. Am I right? Am I right? Operating ports near the canal, near the Panama Canal. All right. They agreed to sell shares. That'd be interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, let's get into some more and find out what's going on here. All right. So, in a press release, CK Hutchinson Holding said, uh, excuse me, let me do that again. In a press release, you got CK Hutchinson Holdings, that's the company, said Tuesday, this was a while back, of course, that it would sell all shares in Hutchinson Port Holdings and all shares in Hutchinson Port Group Holdings in a deal valued at 22.8 billion with a B, 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 B. All right. The two units hold 80%. So that's Hutchinson Port Holdings and Hutchinson Port Group Holdings. All right. Those two units hold 80% of the Hutchinson Ports Group that operates 43 ports in 23 countries. All right. Again, like I said, we're talking about putting yourself in position. All right. These some major deals going down. These some high level deals going down. All right. If you get a hold of these pieces of real estate and you operate and control, or you have a big word in what goes down, you can make a lot of things happen and a lot of things not happen. All right. So again, the two units hold 80% of the Hutchinson Ports Group that operates 43 ports in 23 countries, including two of the four major ports that exist along the Panama Canal. The deal will give the BlackRock consortium, look at these words here. I always tell you about about words. The deal will give the BlackRock consortium control over 43 ports in 23 countries, including Mexico, the Netherlands, Egypt, Australia, Pakistan, and elsewhere. It gives BlackRock control over 43 ports. All right. These is where ships go and drop off stuff, pick up stuff. 43 ports in 23 different countries. Imagine you got a company, it might be you and a group of people, you run, you operate, you own it, you control all this real estate, different ports, 23 countries, which includes Mexico, the Netherlands, Egypt, Australia, Pakistan, and other places. All right. The consortium comprised of BlackRock, Global Infrastructure Partners, and Terminal Investment Limited will acquire 90% interest in Panama Ports Company, which owns and operates the ports of Balboa and Cristobal in Panama. All right. According to a filing. All right. This agreement is a powerful illustration of BlackRock. I kept telling y'all how BlackRock gets down. Okay. As y'all hear my dog going again. I told y'all, I tried to show y'all in the last, not the last video, but a few podcast episodes back. And I like I said before, y'all go ahead and check that out, man, and try to see what you can pick up and learn from it and apply some of the practices for your own life, even if you do it on a small scale. Again, I'm gonna go back. I like to look back at some of my videos and go and take notes. All right. So again, the consortium comprised of BlackRock, Global Infrastructure Partners. I guess these are different companies. BlackRock, Global Infrastructure Partners, and Terminal Investment Limited will acquire 90% interest in Panama Ports Company, which owns and operates the ports of Balboa and Cristobal in Panama, according to a filing. This agreement is a powerful illustration of BlackRock, okay, of BlackRock. There you go. My voice was sounding a little pop. BlackRock and Global Infrastructure Partners combined platform and our ability to deliver differentiated investments for clients. Who are these clients that they're talking about? These world-class ports facilitate global growth. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, now you know who the CEO is, Larry Fink, said in a joint announcement with, I guess that's Terminal Investment Limited, I believe, or TIL, of the deal. All right. BlackRock, Larry Fink said in a joint announcement, they made a joint announcement about the deal. So through our deep connectivity to organizations like Hutchinson and MSC TIL and governments around the world, we are increasingly the first call for partners seeking patient, long-term capital. We are thrilled our clients can participate in this investment. In January, United States Senator Ted Cruz, the Republican chair of the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, raised concerns that China could exploit or block passage through the canal, and that the ports give China ready observation post to take action. This situation, I believe, poses acute risk for United States national security. So what it looked like they're trying to say right there is that if China was able to acquire that, it'll put them in some position to watch what's going on with the United States or to do things to the United States because they'll be in position, controlling what comes in and what comes out because you have a lot of merchandise that can come through. You have a lot of raw materials, if I'm not mistaken, that can come through those ports. And that's a very powerful piece of real estate to control. But then you can control um, a lot of commerce, maybe. And you can probably you can send people back, I guess, too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's some serious stuff. Some of y'all may not realize that, but that can have a lot of effect on a lot of things, man. So let's get back into it, man. Let's get back into it. So again, this situation, I believe, posed acute risk for the United States national security, Cruz said. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio visited Panama in early February and told President Jose Raul Mulino that Panama had to reduce Chinese influence, see what I'm saying, over the canal or face potential retaliation from the United States. See, this is all about, or it could be about possibly, you kept hearing Trump talk about it could be a war, World War III, World War III, World War III. I always keep telling y'all, as much as y'all might hate the dude, you might think he's doing stupid stuff. And I'll talk about that later, maybe another, or do a video on another time. But as much as you think he's dumb, he ain't stupid by no stretch of imagination. And while you might see him say things and do things in the public forum, in the background, he's also doing things too. You remember, he does deals, or he was brought up to and trained to negotiate deals. And so he does things in the background too that none of y'all really see. And sometimes it comes out like right here about the Panama Canal ports. All right. So if China was able to obtain that property or properties close by surrounding it, they will put themselves in some serious position to affect things in the United States and to make things bad for people living in the US. You know what I'm saying? On a whole lot of different levels. Okay. So again, Rubio was telling the president, Panama, Jose Raul Molino, that Panama had to reduce Chinese influence over the canal or face potential retaliation from the United States. Molino rejected the idea that China had any control over canal operations. Panama quit China's Belt and Road Initiative following Rubio's visit, all right, drawing condemnation from Beijing. Okay. Mr. Trump touted the move in his address to a joint session of Congress a Tuesday night, saying that to further enhance our national security, our administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it. See, he was already in the background behind the scenes with BlackRock, probably with Larry Fink and some other execs already working on that. And it was making sure they didn't let nobody know, especially China government and execs, before they had it done. That's why he can go out and boast that they already done it. That they, when he went to the Congress saying, "Hey, we're going to reclaim the Panama," he already knew that the deal was done, and he did that because it'll also be televised in some form or fashion, so that when word gets back to China, it will piss them off. All right, like I told you, there's a part two to this, and we're going to do that next time around. So you definitely don't want to miss it. Some, like I said, some high level stuff. And I like stuff like this too, because I get to learn and see some things and see how people are moving. And I'll take some bits and pieces of what's going on and apply it to my life. So y'all go ahead and pay attention, man. There's some stuff you might be able to pick up from this. Okay. So again, Mr. Trump touted the move in his address to a joint session of Congress, saying that to quote, to further enhance our national security, our administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal. And we've already done it. We've already started doing it. Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals, the president said. You know what I'm saying? So victory for Trump. So, Trump might be, he doing deals with BlackRock, it looks like. Or BlackRock doing deals with him and, trying to put the US in a better position, probably security wise. And it's got to be money wise, money related in there somewhere too. Don't get it twisted. There's some money involved. They ain't paying no $23 billion or 22.8 billion for nothing. There's some high level dollars, some cash dollars getting involved in this. All right. So with 40 million container ships passing through every year, the Panama Canal, a 51-mile waterway that cuts through Central America, linking the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans, is vital to the U.S. economy. Okay. I told you it's something involved, and that it might benefit the country as a whole to some degree. All right. So it's vital to the U.S. economy. Disputes over the canal were first sparked in 2024 when Mr. Trump, then a presidential candidate, made accusations that Chinese companies have taken control of the ports. But while much attention was focused on Mr. Trump's threat to retake control of the canal, his administration trained its sights on Hutchinson ports, the Hong Kong-based consortium that manages the canal's key ports. See that? See how that works? See how that works? I'm going to read that again. But while much attention was focused on Mr. Trump, see, he knows how to get attention and do the pump fake and get y'all focused on him, while behind the scenes, there's people doing some deals for him or on his behalf or doing him favors. So everybody says that, the government's doesn't really care about the average people. So it could look like that, but it's really for some other, it could be for the US, it could be for safety reasons, could be some security involved in it, but we know there's some money involved too. Like I said, not paying $22.8 billion for nothing, right? Yeah, excuse me for a second there. So while attention was focused on Trump's threats to retake control of the canal, his administration, see what I'm saying? Trump's administration trained its sights on Hutchinson. So while Trump was going out in the public and y'all calling him stupid and dumb and he don't know what he's doing and talking about, and he's getting rah-rah in front of the cameras, y'all didn't know he had his administration hollering at Hutchinson Ports, the Hong Kong-based consortium that manages the canal's key ports at either end of the canal. As a result, BlackRock's deal with CK Hutchinson Holding, those two key ports will be placed under American control. See what I'm saying? So again, not that I'm saying I'm all rah-rah rocking with Trump, because he has said some things that was a little bit suspect, and I'm still waiting to see if some things change. I reported that on my news channel. So, there's some things that remains to be seen, but like I always say, clever recognize clever. I know the cleverness of him. I recognize the clever because clever recognize clever. All right. And so while he had y'all tripping over stuff he's saying and doing and maybe moves, executive orders he put in place, And it could have been all done for distraction, although they are being done. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do all these executive orders because yeah, I want X, Y, and Z to be done, but this is gonna distract y'all. While meantime, I'm gonna have my crew go over there and train their sites on Hutchinson's ports, the Hong Kong-based consortium that manages the canal's key ports at either end of the canal. As a result, BlackRock's deal with CK Hutchison Holding, these two key ports will be placed under American control. The United States is the canal's largest user, with about 70% of shipping traffic going through the canal, either coming to or from the US. Its second largest user is who? China. So now they can control what China does because now there's American control of those two key ports. The Chinese president got to be pissed. Got to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Hutchinson's Ports had recently been awarded a 25-year no bid extension to run the ports, but an audit looking at that extension was already underway. Observers believe the audit was a preliminary step toward eventually rebidding the contract, but rumors had swirled in recent weeks that a United States firm close to the White House was being lined up to take over. Know what I'm saying? Yo, it gets deep, man. Like I said, some real high level deals going on. All right. Involving BlackRock and some of those other companies too. The CK Hutchinson, the investment. I forgot Till. I know it's Till, TIL. Let's go back and see real quick. Let me make sure what this is. Let me make sure. Take a look at that again. The global, that GIP, which is Global Infrastructure Partners, and TIL, TIL, Terminal Investment Limited. And then, of course, you have CK Hutchinson. That's the Hong Kong based group. Notice that's something even to look at too. We don't know what the CK stands for, but Hutchinson, that's not normally like an Asian name, but it was an Asian, like Hong Kong. It's Asia, right? Based company. See how they get down? I'm just pointing out little things so you can see how things happen, how things get down. So having control over those ports and the US being one of either the top largest one, 70%, and then China is the second largest. And then you have others that use that canal as well. Don't get it twisted. But the US taking control of that, and I don't know if China has to use it or it's a must that they have to use that, go through that canal where shipping occurs. All these ships got to go through there. Because I think that's where the canal, you can raise the water levels to accommodate the ship sizes and stuff like that. And otherwise, the ships can't even get through the water, something to that effect. That's some serious stuff, man. Serious stuff to think about. And if China would have controlled that, and being that the US is saying that the US is one of the top users of that, guess what China could have done with the US if the US wanted? It says it transports things to and from the canal, right? China could put a stop to it and say, nah, we ain't letting you come through here. Or they're going to want something out of it, or they're going to want some finances out of it. Hey, you're going to pay this, and then we'll let you through. Or, nah, you're going to have to share this, or no, we just don't want you coming through. And they can just make all the money from it. Also, it says that, because if you have China control of that, that's real close to the United States, if I'm not mistaken, right? So China can keep their eye on what's going on in the US. It's already said they have nationals here, and I'm just going to use this word spies, really, in the US, Asian, Chinese, along with others too. And that would have been some serious stuff. So having control of that canal, you have control of other countries in the way they move and what they move in and out of that canal. Because you don't know what's being moved in and out of those canals and those ships. So BlackRock was back on the block, doing it again. I know they got some money out the deal for doing that. Very interesting on them high level moves. Sometimes it pays for you to pay attention how these high level movers make they move sometimes. You can always grab a tidbit here, a piece there, and go, oh, I'm gonna apply that strategy, I'm gonna apply that mindset or that way of going about certain things in my own personal life. They did it on BlackRock. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Like I said, we got some more. Next one is gonna be like a follow-up, a part two of this. And it'll also put you in, keep you in the mindset of, although you think Trump is dumb and everybody's stupid, he does things, it already showed you in the article that I read, although it didn't say that's what he was doing, I'm trying to show you that picture that he'll go out and say this, and y'all get in your feelings about what he's doing. Even if he puts executive orders in place, he might be some other reasons and plans in the works why he's doing certain executive orders. Y'all just don't know about it. And most people are getting more caught up in their feelings and not paying attention to the moves that are being made. They thinking with their feelings and not observing the moves that are being made, not going and researching and stuff. That's why I just decided when I found it, like, oh, let me show y'all what's going on. I said you won't research it. I'll pull up a little things for you every now and then. It might spark you to look into it further, or at the very least, now you got you're a little bit more informed. All right, which is a good thing. So to make you start thinking a little bit. Okay, I see. He said BlackRock was doing this. Trump is a part of the play as well. Having control of these ports is serious over by Panama Canal. Has some major, it's serious. You can control those going in and out and do just probably a lot of different things they can do. I don't know what the legalities of it, what they can and can't do with those ports as far as controlling who comes through, who they can allow to come through, who can not allow to come through. That requires some more looking into. If y'all interested in that, just research it more. That's why I'm doing these things, because I'm giving you kind of broad but detailed as well, and then it might spark you to think about some things that I read and things that I'm saying, and make you go look back and say, "Oh, I'm gonna look this up real quick." Okay. So yeah, that's it, man. Y'all let me know what you think about this one. Again, this seemed like some high level deals going on here. This ain't no around the way girl deals on the block. You on the block with it. There's some serious stuff going on behind the scenes, and it always has been going on behind the scenes. And you see, again, I repeat, Trump can be doing things in your face, right? And he's probably saying, you know what, I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna send them over here. I'm gonna keep y'all distracted. And he might be doing it for other countries and leaders to be distracted what he's saying and doing here, right? But he's sending his people, go back there and holler at CK Hutchinson, and let's make these deals happen. Because if we don't get control of this, China gets control, they're gonna be paying attention and they'll have closer eyes on our country, and they can plan some things that we might not be ready for or don't like. That could be part of it. And the other part of it can be a money grab too. All right. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. As always, I appreciate y'all for checking in and checking this out. As always, BlackRock came back on the block. I'm going back to that other last episode that I did about BlackRock, and I'm going to study some notes again, write some notes down, and maybe you should do the same thing. All right. Appreciate y'all once again. Be sure to share this video, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, comment, because it lets YouTube and Facebook and Twitch know that, oh, this is a channel people are interested in checking out. All right. So we're going to start letting more people see this. We're going to post this out more as opposed to the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So post a comment, give a thumbs up, subscribe, share the video, tell somebody else to check out the channel wherever you might see me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. What else? YouTube. Yeah. And probably a whole host of other places. I might post clips on TikTok. All right. So, and direct you back to the channel so you can check out these episodes and continue being informed. All right. So, you know what it is. We rocking with the best, baby. Thoughts of the Week podcast. I'm gone. Peace.